Hello, remote learners. Today is Friday, November the 12th. Today is an art day on Canvas. We have a very special announcement for art. We have some students that are from Manhattan. Some you might know that were winners of the Clean Kansas calendar contest. And we have one third grade student, Ashan, who was a winner that's part of our remote family. So congratulations to Ashan and to all the other Manhattan winners that you see here on the screen. Here is a picture of the awesome artwork that Ashan did in third grade for the Keep Kansas Clean contest. So congratulations being a winner. We're really proud of your great work. As you know, today is Poetry Week. I found a special one to connect to art. This is one entitled Create. It is called a roundlet. It's an 11-line poem, so there's 11 lines. There's 3 stanzas that follow a rhyming scheme of A, B, A, B. So the endings of lines 1 and 3 rhyme, and then the endings of 2 and 4. And then what's interesting is line 4 is the same as line 11. So take a look and see if you can hear that as we read a poem entitled Create that connects to some artwork. Gather paint and brush, lift guitar and strum, make something in a mad rush. Who knows what or who you'll become. When you're creating, you can't feel ho-hum. The voice of your worst critic, you, will hush as your imagination begins to thrum. Soon, hope begins to gush, each new idea a ripe plum. Feel your face flush. Who knows what or who you'll become. We hope that with art today, you become a really creative soul and you get to enjoy all the great work with art. I have one other thing that I wanted to share with you in honor of Veterans Day this week. This was an article that came out just yesterday, and it's from a World War II veteran who passed on a letter to his son who was from Kansas, and it reflects on our country. So this is a picture of the son, so it shows how old the father would have been. And it just says that on Sunday, March 11th, of 1945, this guy's dad was crossing a river in Germany at a really dangerous time in the war. He was a very slender, bespectacled, meaning he wore glasses, captain, who was a violinist of the Kansas City Philharmonic. He found a typewriter and he wrote a letter to his son, this guy right here. And at the time, this guy was living in Kansas and he was only 4 months old. His dad survived the war and lived a long life, living 8 days short of his 100th birthday. And he taught the family all kinds of the values that are in this letter, not really by lecturing them, but by living a life and an example that was fully devoted to them. So the thing that we can take away is that from 1776, the first years of our country, until today, there have been countless letters from countless veterans, people who have been soldiers and fighters in wars of both time and peace and war, and they've spoken an allegiance to the values that I want to share with you. And so we can learn a lot from some of these things because these are the values in which our democracy rests. So this is a picture of the letter itself. I'm going to read to you from the 3rd paragraph from this primary document. I'd encourage you to pause and read the whole thing because it's so beautifully written. Words from March 11th, 1945, from a father who was writing to their 4-month-old son right before they were going and crossing rivers into a battle in Germany. In the 3rd paragraph, it says, I am glad for your sake that you were born an American. And as you grow older, you will realize how many advantages and limitless opportunities lie before you in the land of your birth. Our country is not a spotless or above reproach, but the precepts upon which it was founded still rule, and the fundamental concepts of freedom, justice, equality, and rights and religion make it a land of opportunity and a rich land. I've seen enough of the world to know that what all of that means now. Before this experience, I was taking it for granted and did not realize what it would mean not to have it. So he goes on, this was written on a typewriter. You can see that he used an ink pen to kind of correct some of the spots. This was tucked in to his belongings and not found until just last year in 2019. So kind of a fascinating example. So there's just so many good things. I'd read the whole thing to you, but I just don't have time. So please take a moment, pause the screen and read this awesome advice from a dad to his son that was recorded in 1945. I think there's a lot of poetry in this letter, and so I just wanted to share that with you as a connection to Veterans Day and our Poetry Week. I hope that you're ready for Prank Week next week. We'll share more on that. Remember your weekly challenge for you to be writing a poem or critiquing a poem. Hope you have a wonderful day of learning with remote teams. Hope you stay brave, creative, and strong. Thanks so much and keep up all your great work, friends.